Welcome to Blacklight History, your daily dose of births, deaths, and events in African American history. I'm your host, Big A. It's July 15th. I'm glad you're here. Let's get into it. On this day in 1918, the Second Battle of the Marne began. The German army launched its last offensive on the Western Front during World War I. The French forces along the south side of the Marne River were being attacked by the Germans. Backed by 85,000 American troops, which included the segregated 369th Infantry, known as the Harlem Hellfighters, Allied forces were able to launch a counteroffensive to the position and drive back the Germans. For their bravery in battle, France awarded the Hellfighters the Croix de Guerre. Sergeant Henry Johnson and Private Needham Roberts were some of the first to receive the cross. Both earned Purple Hearts, and Johnson received the Medal of Honor from the United States. Happy 81st birthday to the godmother of rap, R&B singer Millie Jackson. Known for her soulful voice and spoken word interludes, Jackson has carved out her own music path. With 3 certified gold albums, it is her live performances that elevated her status. Jackson rose on the R&B charts in the 70s and 80s despite limited radio play due to her raw and explicit lyrics. Jackson has stepped outside of music and has hosted a radio show and owns her own record label, Weird Records. In 2015, Millie Jackson was inducted into the Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame. Happy 73rd birthday to Pro Football Hall of Fame wide receiver John Stalworth. Born in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Stalworth was a standout wide receiver at Alabama A&M University, where he earned a bachelor's degree and an MBA from the school. Stalworth was drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers in 1974. With over 8,700 receiving yards and 62 career touchdowns, Stalworth was a 2-time All-Pro, winning 4 Super Bowls with the team. In 1984, he would win the NFL's Comeback Player of the Year award, and the following year would win the league's George Halas Award. Already in the Steelers Hall of Fame, Stalworth was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2002. Happy birthday to award-winning actor and producer Forest Whitaker. Born in Longview, Texas, Whitaker was raised in California and would graduate from the University of Southern California with a bachelor's in fine arts. He would get his acting start in the movie Fast Times at Ridgemont High in 1982. In 1987, he would co-star along with Robin Williams in Good Morning Vietnam. The next year, he would star in Clint Eastwood's movie Bird. For the role, he would win Best Actor at the 1988 Cannes Film Festival. In 2003, Whitaker would win an Emmy for his work on the television movie Door to Door, but in 2006 he would star as Idi Amin in The Last King of Scotland. The role will earn him an Academy Award for Best Actor, but also a Golden Globe, a BAFTA, and a Screen Actors Guild Award. As an established actor, Whitaker has been able to jump from the big screen lead roles like The Great Debaters or The Butler to memorable television roles like his 2-year run on the FX series The Shield. More recently, he has slid into genre roles such as Saw Gerrera in the Star Wars franchise and the priest Zuri in Marvel's Black Panther movies. Currently, you can find him playing gangster Bumpy Johnson on the MGM Plus network series Godfather of Harlem. With a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Whitaker is a UNESCO Goodwill Ambassador who holds honorary degrees and doctorates from North Carolina School of Arts, Xavier University of Louisiana, University of Southern California, Manhattanville College, University of Miami, and California State University, Dominguez Hills. And the country of France has named him the Commander of the Order of Arts and Letters. The Cannes Film Festival has given him an honorary Palme d'Or award. Forest Whitaker turned 64 today. Today we remember 2-time Daytime Emmy Award-winning actor Kristoff St. John. Born on this day in 1966, he began his work as a child actor on the 1979 Roots: The Next Generation. But many will know his 28 years as Neil Winters on the CBS daytime drama The Young and the Restless. St. John will win 2 Emmys and 10 NAACP Image Awards as Neil. St. John's life would be cut short on February 3, 2019 at his home in Los Angeles. Kristoff St. John was only 52 years old. Happy 58th birthday to Alpha Phi Alpha brother and 5-time All-Pro cornerback Carnell Lake. A 2-time All-American for the UCLA Bruins, Lake was drafted in the second round of the 1989 NFL Draft by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Lake was a 12-season veteran in the NFL and has been inducted into the Steelers Hall of Honor and named to the NFL's 1990s All-Decade team. Since his retirement, Lake has transitioned into coaching the sport. Happy 57th birthday to comedian and actor Eddie Griffin. He would cut his teeth as a working stand-up, and with 5 studio albums and 6 stand-up specials, Griffin would translate his brand of comedy into a working comedic actor. With roles in movies like Undercover Brother, The Deuce Bigalow franchise, John Q with Denzel Washington, and Scary Movie 3. Griffin would co-star with Cosby Show veteran Malcolm Jamal Warner for 4 seasons on the UPN show Malcolm and Eddie. Griffin is still working in both TV and movies to this day. On this day in 1972, Bill Withers' second studio album, Still Bill, would top the Billboard Soul album charts. The album would produce 2 singles, Lean On Me and Use Me. Both would peak at number 1 on the Hot 100 and R&B charts. The album is listed on the 500 Greatest Albums of All Time by Rolling Stone magazine. On this day in 1973, during the 3rd inning of a 12-0 rout of the Pittsburgh Pirates, San Francisco Giant first baseman Willie McCovey hit his 400th career home run. He would hit 401 in the 5th. McCovey would finish his career with 521 career home runs. Happy 39th birthday to Emmy Award-winning actor Yaya Abdul-Mateen II. The New Orleans native would attend college at the University of California, Berkeley, where he joined Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity and was a hurdler on the track team. Abdul-Mateen would graduate with a bachelor's in architecture. He would soon attend Yale School of Drama, earning a master's in fine arts. You've seen his acting work in such movies as Baywatch, The Greatest Showman, as Black Manta in the DC Aquaman series, and as the title character in the 2021 reboot of Candyman. Abdul-Mateen would star opposite Regina King in the HBO miniseries The Watchmen. His role as Dr. Manhattan would earn him an Emmy win. You can find him later this year as he's joined the MCU as Wonder Man. The series will debut on Disney Plus in December of this year. Happy birthday to NBA point guard Damian Dame Time Lillard. The Oakland, California native played his college ball at Weber State University, where he was a 2-time Big Sky Conference Player of the Year. Taken with the 6th pick in the 2012 NBA draft by the Portland Trail Blazers, Lillard would win the NBA Rookie of the Year his first season. During his 12 seasons with the Blazers, Lillard was a 7-time All-NBA selection and a 2-time three-point contest winner. In 2023, Lillard would move to the Milwaukee Bucks, where he has won the 2024 NBA All-Star Game MVP and the NBA Cup Championship. Dame Time earned a spot on the NBA's 75th anniversary team. Damian Lillard turns 35 years old today. On this day in 1997, Missy Elliot would release her debut studio album, Super Duper Fly. With the hit single, The Rain, Super Duper Fly, the album would top the R&B chart and peak at number 3 on the Hot 100. Selling over 1.2 million copies in the US, it is a certified platinum album that is listed in Rolling Stone magazine's 500 Greatest Albums of All Time list. Today, remember the life of suffragist and civil rights leader Mary White Ovington. Born in 1865 in Brooklyn to parents who were part of the anti-slavery movement, Ovington would attend Harvard University. In the 1890s, she would become involved in civil rights after hearing Frederick Douglass speak at a Brooklyn church. In 1894, she would meet Ida B. Wells while taking Ida's sister's children Christmas presents. When she saw the conditions that the children were living in, she, with the help of Wells, began to campaign to the city about the conditions of the tenements. In 1895, she founded the Greenwich Settlement in Brooklyn. She would remain the head of the project until 1904. During that time, she studied about employment and housing for blacks. It was at this time that she would meet W.E.B. Du Bois and the Niagara Movement. Working as a journalist and writer, Ovington would join the Socialist Party of America before attending the Second National Negro Committee meeting in 1910. At that meeting, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People was born, and Ovington was named the executive secretary and later would be named chair. Ovington would serve the organization for 38 years before she had to step down in 1947 due to health reasons. The author, suffragist, and leader would pass on this day in 1951 at the age of 86. That concludes today's events. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe to the channel. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, and Substack. And remember, African American history is American history. So join us again tomorrow as we shine a light on Black Light history.